Well, it's happening. Oh my gosh. This is Shai Walker, and today is an introduction of my own podcast, the Shai Talk, and I could not and would not imagine the best people in my life to start it off with. My two good pals, my good friends, Mr. Jaylen Nowell and Mr. Orlando Baker. Okay, we have been friends for a good long time, and the purpose of this podcast is really what we're going to speak about today. So I appreciate you guys taking your time on your Tuesday to help us sister out and start off our podcast the right way.
So it's great to be here.
Yes,
great
yes.
To be here.
You know, you about to start your little celebration for your 23rd birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 9th. Okay. In Atlanta, you had your little barbecue yesterday, so I know you're tired off of that.
Man.
Yes.
It was fun. I'm a little tired. We had
a
long weekend too, but it's
we
here though.
Long weekend.
What you got planned for your birthday?
I'm gonna be in Vegas for Summer League,
Of course.
so you know, little Jazz action.
Oh, see, I never been there.
I
haven't been to Vegas as an adult.
That's crazy. I haven't either. And my mom's from there. I've been there a million times.
I forgot your mom is from Vegas.
Yeah.
No, I think I need to try that, yo.
See,
Just one time.
Well,
Because, you know, when we was down there, you know, when we was kids,
yeah,
it was cool and all that, but...
And that walking on the strip.
Yeah.
But don't you got to dress geared down to get into Dre's? Like, you can't wear no J's. You can't...
I'm not going to lie to you. I be getting in with whatever. Because, you know, I know, like, some of the people who be running it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll just be able to, you know, walk... I'll walk in Jazz like this. For real.
Big dog status.
Yeah, we not there yet.
You know, they gonna turn us away. But anywho, I wanted to talk about a couple subjects today. Like I said, the podcast is really based on my curiosity. You know, if it wasn't for my therapist, this would not be happening. People who know me personally, you know, I suffer from anxiety, so a lot of times I be overthinking, and since I work for the school district, I'm off for the whole summer. Still getting paid though. She wanted me to do a hobby. She said it can't be sports, it can't be food, it can't be drinks. It got to be outside the box. So I was like, this been in the thoughts in the making for almost 3 years, way before Shyla done, the real ones. So I think this is definitely a gift, and God's trying to tell me something to use my assignment. So yeah, so I want to start off with friendships. Like, I've been knowing Jaylen, 18 since kindergarten, Landa since high school, basically. So, and you guys, okay, I always get confused. Did you guys meet at Garfield or way before that?
Way before that.
Yeah.
So Rotary?
Yeah, he used to come over to the crib. I used to go over to his crib since we was, like, second grade?
Yeah.
Second
grade,
way back when,
many moons ago.
So it was just meant like, okay, you guys going to Garfield. How was that? Like, now you guys are out of school together, because you went to St. Teresa with me, and then you went to Washington.
Like a real nigga supposed to.
He
blew
I was almost going to Washington when I left 8th grade year.
Y'all blew it.
Nah, I think I chose the right school.
And this debate
Washington
still goes.
was cool. Like,
Come on,
it was cool, but
y'all was bad.
Facts.
I know a lot of y'all. Yeah,
Orlando
I never
was
really
good,
heard about
but
you. Landa was on the good side, but there was other ones.
I heard a little bit about Landa.
Really?
Cut it out.
For sure.
I might have to get that tea out.
Cut it out.
Yeah. But we got to backtrack if we're going to talk about the high school.
Yeah.
Because before that, we already knew we was going to go to high school together. Because his older brother went Torrance. He went to Garfield, and my dad coached at Garfield.
Yeah.
So since like 6th, 7th grade, we was always at the games.
Yeah.
Practice.
Running around, like talking to all the high school, all the older girls, all stuff like that.
So do you guys think when you guys started high school that you guys got closer, or was this like, no, it's been that?
It's been that.
Been that.
And I feel like we went through the things we went through, as far as like, you know, basketball stuff, real life situations. That's what got us closer. Like, the school was just like, that's another opportunity for me to see my nigga, like, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was there, like, from jump. Like, his dad from jump was like, I'm gonna take him. Like, I used to go on Portland trips with them when my parents couldn't go. It's always been love. Miss Laney cooking, like. It's always been love.
Yeah, my parents always saw Landa as one of their own.
Yes, your parents are good people, man.
Very good people. And on some real shit, he was there on my dad's deathbed. He was right next to me.
I remember. I remember I came, but I don't think the boys were there yet.
No, yeah.
I think I left.
Later.
Yeah, and getting into that, you know, that's a tough time, and so you always need your friends there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like how, you know, life reversed. My mom's battling breast cancer right now, and you guys, honestly, not to, you know, toot your horns, but you have been the only two male figures besides my godbrother Montique that has consistently checked on me and my mom. Like, for Jaylen to be coming in town, it was like, I gotta see her. I'm like, this nigga got a schedule and he want to see my mama. But I'm like, you know, that wasn't a hesitation, you know. And Atlanta checking on me, I'm like, this nigga done heard me cry like 3 times. I'm like, it's hard. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Coach Mike passed in 2015?
15, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you guys are still friends, you know. So I want to talk about, you know, accountability and trust. Has there ever been a time where you guys had to, like, check, like, nigga, chill the fuck out? Like,
I'm not gonna lie, he be checking me every day, low key. Like there's always something going on. I'm like, bro, I just need your advice on this. Like, am I tripping? Like, and he'll be honest with me. Like,
yeah. Has there been a time?
Tripping, bro.
Like, there's like, and I feel like this is something that I would say girls don't really understand, but I feel like when you're in a relationship, girls tend to think your homeboys are gonna give you the wrong advice, and that's just not true. At least with my friend group, they'll check me in a heartbeat, like, bro, nah, don't do that.
And I like that versa. Because it's not like you guys know your boundaries, because you guys are both in a relationship right now, and you guys know when to shut it off and shut it on. And you know, you guys, and I met Tasia, I met Ryan. You guys got some good ones. You guys got really good ones. But that's cool. And you guys starting out from basically Garfield, being together every day. What did it feel like when Landa transferred? Was that ever a conversation with y'all? Hey, I had to do it. What that was? Lie.
I remember this I was so sick, bro, because you know, we would have these little things where after games on Fridays, we would all go to his girl's house, Tasia's house. And, you know, that was just always like a highlight of our Friday nights after we get a dub. We was always beating somebody. So after that, you know, it was just crazy. Like, I just thought, like, bro, you know, we going now those are over now, bro. Now,
because
you messing up the game.
I remember when I won state, you guys won state at the same time, but you guys were in 4A then, right? Freshman year?
Freshman year. And
then you guys won the second time, right?
The year after.
Yes. I got 2 rings.
I didn't want to do it. Let me just say that. I didn't want to do it, but I had to if I wanted to continue to play basketball. And honestly, I feel like his dad was a big reason behind that. Like, he always told me, like, just keep going. So I feel like if I would have stayed at Garfield, that would have been a part of me that would have been like, I'm done with basketball.
Really?
Yeah, because I wasn't getting the love I deserved. Like, don't get me wrong, I wasn't thinking I had to play every minute of the game, but like, I know my worth. And so in order for me to get better and elevate, I had to make that move. And like, people always talk about sacrifice, and I had to sacrifice being with Jay. Shane wasn't even in high school no. But like,
but he went to Eastside.
Yeah, exactly. But he wasn't there when I was there. But it's something that I don't regret, because
you feel like, because that's a big move for your age to do that. Do you think, looking back, was it worth it?
Was it worth it? Yes, because I had to mature as a basketball player.
Okay.
And then I got to see another side of the world that I really don't see on an everyday basis. You go to Garfield, it's very diverse, don't get me wrong, but you're still in the district.
It's still,
I'm around Jay. I would have been around you. I was, but
and you just had to transfer when I transferred to Garfield.
No, it's crazy.
But I was barely there. I only had 2 classes. I was out.
Yeah, for real. I only saw you like 1 hour today.
I'm always been the type, hey, I'm out. I'm not about to sit here and stick around. I only stick around when track season came in.
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was still at y'all prom.
Yeah.
I was and I traded.
You
crazy.
was at prom?
No, I didn't go to the prom. But right after. Oh yeah, we was there.
Were you at Aaron's graduation party?
Aaron's graduation.
I was there.
Not the graduation party, the prom party.
The prom party.
That's what I meant. Sorry, prom party.
Yeah, the
you were there?
I was there.
Cabin,
I must have been in and out again because
He was out.
Yeah, that was a party. There was a lot. Not gonna expose. Okay, so now, okay, you guys are basically pushing almost 20 years of friendship, right? So I know outside, you guys have more of a friend group. You guys have Nick, Aaron, Khalil, Savon. I'm clearly not them because you guys are still a crew when you guys do hang out. But now with you in the league, you as a father, time has cut short and you guys are maturing every day. Has there been a point where cutting off friends have been hard? Because I know in the time for me, like with my healing process, I've had to cut people off without saying anything. I shouldn't have to give an explanation for it, but it's more of like, I'm growing. I'm about to be 24. You know, my mom's my everything. That's my main focus. If you're not down for this ride, has there ever been a time for that? Just in you guys' own transition of life. Yeah,
well, honestly, I think I had to start that journey a little bit earlier. Because once my father passed, he was kind of able to shelter me when he was alive of, you know, kind of like snakes, things like that. And so, you know, once he passed, I didn't really have that. My mom was, you know, trying to do that, but she was still working and trying to make sure both me and my brother were straight.
Yeah, you and Shane.
So, at like 15, I had to learn quickly how to maneuver in the world.
And see, not to cut you off, but like when my mom had breast cancer at first grade, I've always felt like I've had like at least 3 transitions in my life because like you said, you had to grow fast when your dad passed. I felt like that when my mom got cancer first time, second time, now the third time. Like in reality, I'm gonna take care of my mom, but I'm supposed to be doing this like at age 50, not 23.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But there's no question I'm not gonna leave my mama hanging. So just to tempt to that, like you had to grow fast. So was that a lot for you? Was that overwhelming? Because you got to take care of your brother or your mom some way somehow.
See, you know, at the time, it felt like it, but looking back on it, it's kind of what made me. That one thing has made me get to where I got to. It's helped me. Like I've, you know, after that scenario, everything else in life after that came was just easy. It was just cake, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like little things would happen and, you know, little setbacks, things like that. I would just be like, well, I've been through the hardest thing a 15-year-old can go through. So at the end of the day, there's nothing that could stop me now. Like, it's a wrap. No, nothing.
So when I'm saying like cutting off friends, when people see you're moving in a lane, you're more mature than your age. Friends in the past you had to cut off, was that the reason why? Like, you're not on my path, like I can't.
Well, yeah, because if I'm being honestly, I was never like a partier. You know what I'm saying?
We all weren't.
I was never a partier. You barely see me at parties. I probably went to 4 or 5 parties throughout my whole high school life. You know what I'm saying? So and a lot of my friends at the time were getting into that. Still into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit.
Literally, but you know, honestly, I've always been more of an introvert anyway. But on top of that, I always enjoyed grinding, the process of getting better at my craft. Right. And I have multiple crafts, not just basketball. Like,
no, that's right. He's saying I'm educated.
Educated for sure. I like to make music. I love learning about business. You know, real estate, all type of things like that. So when I put all those things together, and on top of that, family as well. So when I put all those things together, I realized I don't have time to just be wasting.
You really don't. That's what people have to realize. You really, like, when you're in the zone, all that is laughable. I can't deal. If, like, you know, and then with you learning, like, was not to get personal, but was Deuce planned? Shout out to little nephew, but that was look. I was even shocked. I even had when Jaylen visited I was like, I'm really shocked. Like Landis, the first father of y'all's group, and he was like, "No, I'm not surprised."
No, we're not, because what did we do? What did we do? The whole group.
I'm gonna tell the story. So look, for those who don't know, me and Teja been rocking all of high school.
A long time.
Like, So, like, of course, we had our ups and downs. We had our periods where we weren't together, but, like, we knew, you know, what was good. And so we're out of high school now, and one day we're having a talk on the phone.
Ooh-wee.
Him, Aaron, and Nick. And I don't even know how we got on the subject, but all of a sudden I was topic of discussion about a baby. And I'm like, nah, bro. All of them was like, bro, you're first. You're first. I'm like, no.
Y'all jinx my guy.
Yeah.
I kid you not. Not even 2 weeks later, we taking pregnancy tests. And I'm like, don't sit here and tell me these niggas just jinx me. So, like, no, he wasn't playing. To answer your question, he was not playing.
So,
you feel me?
Did you kick, was it, obviously it's a shocker because you're like, what the hell? But, like, was it like, okay, it's go time?
Oh, for sure. As soon as I found out, because I found out first.
Of course, I would hope.
No, I found out before her. Yeah, so I'm gonna tell this story too. We were at her brother's house, and for those who don't know Tasia, she's not an eater. I'm taking 2 bites and I'm full. Ordering the whole menu, but don't. So we go to her brother's house. We order Domino's, typical.
Yeah.
She smashed it.
Smacks it. I go to the store. I come back. I got 2 pieces. I'm usually eating 3 or 4. She smacks it. I'm like,
something's off.
Whoa. And she kept saying, like, I think I'm pregnant. But she was like, it was normal, like, 6 symptoms. So I'm like, nah, you're just, So I'm bringing her stuff, whatever. Yeah. Like, just take this, take that, yada, yada, yada. But she's killing pizza. So I'm like, all right, we're leaving. We go. I kid you not, we go to a 7-Eleven and she goes to a McDonald's bathroom. And it was one of those janky tests that you got to read the lines. So we're like, nah, I need to see
concrete answers.
Yeah, so we went to Rite Aid, got 2 of them joints. She did her thing and she was like, I don't want to look. So I go in the bathroom and sure enough, both of them said pregnant. And I was happy as hell though.
I love that.
I was happy as hell.
I love that because there's always a stereotype sometimes with social media. It's like the dude is always mad when it's unexpected.
Hell no. I was like, nigga, we having a baby. Like, that is crazy. Like, was I ready? No.
Right.
Absolutely, I wasn't. But I knew it was time to go. Because I already had, and this just goes from being around dudes who have similar interests and, like, really about something. You have a mentality that's different. I wasn't thinking, like, oh, damn, I can't party. Like, oh, damn, I can't do this. Like, I was like, oh, I'm making it. I gotta make it now,
Yeah,
so
so did you tell your parents first or did you tell Jaylen first?
I told them first. My dad found out. I didn't even tell him. See, I got stories. We gonna be here all day.
Hey, the baby's like, so you gonna tell me or? Wow.
So we were at home. We already found out she was pregnant. We had our first appointment. When we went to the appointment, the doctor was like, oh yeah, you're pregnant. Sure. Like, for sure. It was no. She came back 2 seconds later. It was like, yeah, you're pregnant. And at that time, she was already like 2 months. And we hadn't even known. She wasn't showing her nothing. But fast forward, we kept it a secret for like the first 3 months they knew. And I was home and I was cleaning up. I already got OCD, but my dad, leave it to my dad. I was overboard that day. I'm cleaning up. Taysia's just in the room chilling. And I go downstairs and now I'm chilling, watching a movie, and he goes, so what's new? Like, what's going on? I'm thinking he's talking about basketball.
Set you up.
Yeah. I think he's talking about basketball. Then I'm like, well, at the time, I was at Western Oregon, so, like, I was in the process of transferring, so I was getting calls or whatever. So I'm like, oh, this school called. They want me to do this, that, and the third. I tell him that, and he was like, okay. Usually that leads to something. Like, he's about to motivate me. He's about to, give me a lecture on, like, how I should move, whatever. So he goes, that's all you got to tell me? And I'm like, oh, shit.
He
like,
knows.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no way there's more I got to tell him. I'm too old to be getting whoopings.
Right.
You didn't get no call from the school. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, man, we just found out Taysia's pregnant. And he won't admit it. I seen a smirk on his face. And my mom, she's locked into the TV. And my dad looks at her. She don't even budge. And so he was like, okay, so when were you going to tell us? And so my mom was like, he, ha, ha. Literally just like that. She was like, you guys should stop joking.
She thought she was playing.
Yeah. And my dad was like, he's not joking.
Yeah.
Tasia. She come down. And my dad was like, you have something to tell us? And I think she probably just heard. And she was like, she was at that time, I think she was like 9 weeks. She was like, I'm 9 weeks pregnant. My mom cried and went upstairs, didn't talk to me the rest of the night. I promise you, rest of the night. Next day, so my dad, if you know my dad, he's very upfront but comforting at the same time. He knows how to, he knows his boundaries. So we had our talk though. Me and my dad gave us that talk, like basically like, you know, it's time.
That
but,
fatherhood talk.
Yeah, but of course I had a different talk than when it was just me and her sitting there. And so, but that next morning, they take us out to eat, and my mom, like, she apologized. She was just like, she remembered how hard it was when they had my brother. Yeah. And she was like, although you have the support, I know how hard that is. Like, you know, your life changes. It's like, it's not you can't do it, but your life changes. And so that whole thing, that's how they found out. And crazy. And then my mom though, I guess that same night she was upstairs crying. She had ordered like $200 worth of stuff off Amazon. You feel me? Like, and I didn't even know that till the baby shower. Oh, which is crazy. I'm like, wow. So,
and that's great that you have supportive parents, because you hear a lot of stories where parents really disown you for having a kid before you're married or whatever the case may be. So that's really, really good. Yeah. Well, you know, Deuce is a blessing regardless. Yeah, sure. He literally is a light-skinned, green-eyed version of you.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
And I wouldn't have it no other way. Yeah. The light-skinned part.
He got that from his mama a little bit.
Yeah, but we trying to get him in the sun, so he got to be a little brown.
Cool. So I mean, that was, and it's also good you had, you know, support from your bros too.
And they were happy too, and that's what made it better, because it's not like nobody came at me with no, oh yeah, wrap it up, you know, you're stupid, you're this, you're that. Like, they was just as excited as me. Like, they was asking what you need, da-da-da, when can we know what we're having. Everybody. Then the conversation was like, I bet you he's having a boy, I bet you having a girl. So it got fun. Yeah. And like having friends like Jay, Savon, Khalil, Aaron, Nick, like those are the type of friendships like you can't replace that. Money can't replace that. Like, you can't buy that. Yeah. And I'm grateful for sure, because they're my dogs, and I keep it like that.
Was Deuce born during the pandemic?
Right before. So as I honestly think that they let him, because he was 2 months early. I think they let him go. Not that he wasn't doing good, but because COVID was about to strike.
Yeah, the hospitals.
So, and they trusted us enough. He was doing so well. So, he got home, and then like a week later, that's when it was kind of like, all right, you got to start.
I remember it today because I was working at Apple at the time. It was, mind you, I went to the club a week before. I'm like, me and Anna was like, we could have really got COVID, but we didn't. Facts. Because I got tore up. Facts, and then a week later, that's when it was like shut down. So and that's good that we're, you know, tipping onto the pandemic, because I also want to talk about the 20s, because us 20-year-olds, the early 20-year-olds, the pandemic has really took over. Like, the pandemic hit when I was fresh 21. I only went to the club once.
First 21.
Yeah. And you were about to turn. Wait, you turned 21 in the pandemic.
A child. He's 22 right now.
I know you're about to be 23. I'm about to be 20.
We're about to be 24 in what? What's it? July. We're about to be 24 in 3 months. He about to just turn.
That's crazy.
5 months. Yeah.
We lit.
99. Okay.
That's wild.
What?
That's a child.
Perfect year.
A child.
So how was that for you? Because what year were you in the league?
So I was in the league that year. So that was my rookie year.
How did that go?
That was my rookie year. So, I mean, it was wild.
I bet it was.
I'm gonna start with, you know, we were in Houston. We just got done playing the Rockets.
Right.
But Russ and James, they just gave us buckets. Took a L. So we sick. You know, it was another L. We was terrible that year. Yeah. It was like the worst franchise in the league or something like that. And you know, I'm in the Houston Mall. Okay. And I'm shopping with some teammates, stuff like that. We going crazy. We just, you know, we lost, but we're like, yo, we in Houston, let's have a good time. Yeah. I pull out my phone. Yeah. Commissioner Adam Silver cancels the NBA, the season.
Hold on, let me say
right where we're in the mall.
Because I crack up at that, because there was a point in time, you know, when we was hearing the rumors about COVID, right? Us black folks wanted to be like, it can't touch us. It can never.
That's facts though.
But until we was
on that for a minute.
Because I was at my aunt Nakia's house and we was watching the Utah versus, I think they were playing OKC.
Rudy Gobert.
That was Rudy Gobert.
And I said, hold on. I was like, Ma, isn't he? I'm like, hold up. I think he can touch us. Yeah. And then I remember when he announced like canceled OC. I'm like, oh, this is real. Yeah. Because the last biggest pandemic, if I'm not mistaken, was the Spanish flu.
Something like that.
I don't even remember that.
So I know you was like, this can't be happening right now, my rookie year. I can't.
Hey, honestly, I'm going to be real honest. I was chilling. Cause I
Give
wasn't.
me favor,
It was my rookie year. It was my
Yeah.
rookie year. Nah,
No?
the thing about the money, that's what got us messed up too. Cause we didn't get our whole salary that year.
Yeah.
My rookie year, we didn't
That's
get our whole
janky.
salary.
You didn't.
Mm-mm. We got about 80% of it.
I hope you didn't buy a house then. Were
Oh
you-
no, I didn't buy no house.
Okay.
No,
That's
I was
good.
in Minnesota, so I didn't like. I was living in an apartment at the time.
And I keep thinking, because you also, how was that with the whole, like, because at one point, what was that, around April, June, when the whole George Floyd thing
Oh,
happened?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Minnesota was turned up.
Yeah.
Were you in the house or did you come back here?
Oh, I was in the house. I was in Minnesota. That whole thing. It was
I know
during
you
the
didn't want to come
pandemic.
out. I know you didn't want to come out.
See, I didn't come out. I was in my apartment, and my apartment was overlooking the whole downtown area. So I was in the middle of all the action.
How did that feel? Just as
like
a
a
black
movie.
man? Yeah.
I feel like a movie. Like I would literally be asleep, and I wake up, and there's smoke all in my apartment from them bombing the targets and stuff like that.
Oh, hell no.
And then there'll be, middle of the day, I'm chilling, I hear gunshots
Yeah.
just going crazy. Like police is down there, they're standing, it's all got like the little SWAT things, and it's
Little
the
shields.
crowd versus the
Right.
police just staring at each other right under me. I'm just watching this whole thing. And at 20 years old, just sitting there, and I was living alone.
Yeah.
So I'm waking up and I'm doing the same thing. I'm just in the house.
Yeah.
Video games, movies.
And I know your
chilling.
mama was a nervous wreck.
Oh yeah, she was. She would call every day like,
Yeah.
"Are you good?" Like,
Yeah.
and my mom. I'm not a big news watcher, so I wasn't really
I was
knowing
glued to
how
CNN. I had
much they
nothing
were
else to do.
slicing it. Yeah, they was like my mom was watching every time the news like going. All they was talking about was Minnesota and everything going on. Oh, they just bombed this. Oh, they just broke down this place, or somebody just got shot right here, or something like that. So she's like, "Yo,
Yeah, you
like,
guys
what's
are
going
turning
on?"
Up. But see, Seattle
But
was
flights were
turning up,
canceled
too.
at the time.
They
so
were.
I couldn't go nowhere. I was just
See,
there.
No, they don't. I would have figured out a way to get out.
Something.
I was just
yeah.
there.
But Seattle was turned up too. I mean,
Yeah.
I remember when they got downtown. When the lady came out with the Cheesecake Factory cheesecake, did you see that?
No.
Mhm.
She walked. You got Nordstrom, Macy's, Zara's. If you gonna do that, none of my business. But you think you gonna? What's the benefit of getting a cheesecake and some alcohol, bro?
Wait.
That cracked me up. And then you're seeing
weak.
people who you went to high school with. They're still
So
locking
wait,
up
they
people
were
for that.
they were selling cheesecake and alcohol.
No,
Like,
so
what was going on?
sorry,
They was probably
sorry.
selling the
Yeah,
bottle.
No,
yeah,
so
yeah,
just
let
how
me
like
know what's up.
Minnesota was turning up with the rioting and stuff and
Yeah.
lootering, they were doing that here in downtown
Okay,
Seattle.
I heard about that.
But
Heard about
they
that.
broke in the Cheesecake Factory, and this girl literally stole a whole cheesecake. My thing is,
It
if
ain't
you
that
gonna
damn
loot,
good.
A whole cheesecake.
hit up Gucci,
Facts.
hit up,
Facts.
Something that could last
Yeah.
that's only gonna
Something
last
you
for
can
15
flip.
minutes.
15 minutes.
Or you seeing people that you know from high
By the
school,
way,
or
we're
middle
not
school
condoning
coming out.
looting.
Yeah,
yeah,
we're not
We're not
condoning
condoning
it.
that.
Facts.
No, do you know they're still locking up people from that?
For real?
From
Yeah,
that time.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
I guess the
Shit.
people who
How are they seeing it?
social media,
They
everyone
just-
was
yeah.
telling on themselves. Even when they rioted Target and
shop.
South Center.
See, that's that shit, bro. We got
And
to stop
speaking
telling on
of that-
ourselves. What is
Speaking
up
of
with
that,
social
too.
media?
Social media.
Perception versus reality. I wanted to
Yeah.
tap into that
Yes.
because I feel like you guys are in touch with your reality.
Yeah.
I am too, but we know a couple people in our lives that
Yeah.
the social media is literally their life.
Their life is.
It's all about the
The
3
lights,
designer
the
outfits,
Yeah.
the BBLs, and,
Hello.
Yeah.
excessive bust downs.
Well,
You can have one or two,
Yeah. I
but-
had to get a couple. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
Not
I'm
to the-
saying, but you ain't got to be excessive. You're not bling bling
Yeah.
ching ching. That's not what you do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do you guys think of that? Because we were the start of social media. I remember Instagram came
real.
out when we was in 8th grade.
8th grade.
Mhm.
I didn't even tap into Instagram until high school.
Yeah.
Really?
So
I
and I
didn't
didn't even tap
have
into
Facebook till
Snapchat till high
high
school.
school
I didn't never had a Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Never.
Facebook.
I had it for a year, and I probably got messages from 20. I'm probably got 2 Beyonces sitting right now in my inbox, bro. For really being real, I haven't been on it.
I tapped into Twitter in middle school. Twitter been it.
Twitter's
Really?
Twitter's
been
it.
Yeah.
Twitter's
I
it.
haven't touched no social media since high school.
But my thing is, in your opinion, why do you think so many people are invested into social media the way it is? I think it's music. you would these people see these rappers, like for instance, right, Valentine's Day. I'm pretty sure you guys as girls don't expect a whole bunch of shit, right? But there's literally a little girl out there, probably 15, 16, or even 21 our age. They might see Moneybagg and Ari. He done plushed her out with millions of roses on the floor.
Can't expect the same thing.
First of all, your boyfriend works at Wendy's. He can't even afford to have champagne on ice and having hotels at the Ritz
Legally,
Carlton.
you can't even. They can't even have that. You feel me? So
why do you think we're like? Not we, but I'm just saying our generation and even the generation behind us. Why do you think we're tapped into that?
It's all go ahead. I think it's the drug of clout. That's all that is. It's like, I feel like even the world has become so political on who you know, what you got, that I feel like there's people, a lot of people our age, older, younger, who are solely based around, if I don't have this, that, and the third, if I don't have this image portrayed of myself on social media, I'm nothing. And what people fail to realize is, like, a dude like me, if I see a girl that's just everything's designer and you're like, you can have it by all means. If you got it, you feel me? Do it. But if I feel like you gotta flaunt it on the gram every day.
Plus, I'm like, why do people be posting their moves? I be talking to people and I be like, oh, you was at what's the name? How you know that? You posted it on Instagram.
But then be mad when niggas be in your like, what you mean, bro? You over here posting your every move, but then want to get mad when somebody come to you with the, oh yeah, I heard that. Well, niggas, stop posting shit on the gram.
See, I never understood about posting stuff on the gram in general. For one,
because you guys are barely on. I know y'all be watching, but y'all barely on.
I don't even watch. I'm barely on the gram.
Me, I'm posting memes.
I'm barely on anything.
I'll be watching.
Honestly, I sign out of my stuff after I post.
I know that's right. I need to tap into that.
Yeah.
I'm too nosy.
And me personally, I really don't care about what anybody else got going on.
I know that's right.
You know what I'm saying? I was always on that. I was always on my own.
Yeah.
My own vibe. Like, I really don't care.
Because people be really selling their souls.
Oh yeah.
Like,
for a little.
We all can think of somebody that be Fendi hat, Louis Vuitton built, Balenciagas. It's too much.
And the thing is, at the end of the day, that speaking from somebody who can get those things, and after you get them, it's lit for like a week. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get it and you like, damn, this is the best feeling,
right?
And lasts for a week, and then you want something else.
If you had all the money in the world, would you get a Richie Millie?
No.
I feel like that's the most stupidest thing.
No.
I'm sorry, it's filthy, but I'm not about to spend that much on a watch when I got an Apple Watch I can get for $5 and call it a day.
Straight like
See,
that.
I would get one, but that's because those are investments too. Watches can be investments.
Look at him work.
The first thing I would get is land, though.
Yeah, fact.
I know that's right.
First thing I would get. That's what
generational wealth.
Literally something to get to my children. You know what I'm saying? And then their children. At the end of the day, like, these watches and all that stuff, cool. But once the physical is gone, that's gone too.
Yeah.
And the bust downs and all this, those depreciate.
They do. Just like cars.
Like cars.
Yeah.
What is the first thing, like, when you're watching movies or something like that, the rich, or what is the first thing a rapper or whatever is gonna put on that's the first thing they get right when they sign to a label or whatever. They give them a bust down chain.
Lottery ticket.
We're programmed.
The movie Lottery Ticket, they went straight to the mall.
Right.
And so we're getting programmed to, you know what I'm saying, to want those things. Like, a lot of times it ain't even really us.
Yeah.
Our souls that really wants it. It's just what we're seeing so much. Just like how we see the black family being portrayed in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we're used to the single parent household. We're used to seeing that. You know what I'm saying?
Who were we talking about? Me and my mom was talking about, since you brought up Hollywood and the portrayal of black people, like, when you think of, like, the 90s, right? And you think of the female, you automatically hear Nia Long, Halle Berry.
Yeah.
It's like, where the chocolate
Shout
girls
out
at?
Nia Long.
Shout out Nia Long for sure.
Hey, she dating the Boston.
Relax, that don't matter.
What you mean that don't matter?
Matter.
Oh, you guys, yeah, but
I also think of is Martin and Gina. Whoever plays Gina, Tisha Campbell.
Right.
I think of her too when you think of
Yeah.
90s.
Yeah, but like, why can't like Tashina Arnold get love the same as?
She's a goat.
I'm not gonna lie.
She's a goat.
I love Tashina Arnold.
She was
She's a
perfect
goat.
for that show. I think
Yeah.
Martin wouldn't be the
It
same,
wouldn't.
honestly, without Tommy. I mean, kudos to Martin and Gina, but like
Mhm.
Cole, Tommy, and
The
Pam,
supporting
it
cast.
would not.
It's a team.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a team. Like,
Have you watched the reunion on BET?
No,
I'm not gonna
It's
lie,
really good.
no.
I'm going to though.
I
It's really
haven't.
I'm
good.
going to.
They said they're not going to do a reboot because Tommy. There's no way.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
You can't.
See, and speaking of that, I honestly feel like I wish I grew up in the 90s era.
See,
Facts.
honestly,
Do you?
I've said that on plenty of occasions.
Really?
For sure.
I
See, I'm
wish
not
I
the
was
only one.
born 89.
89. Why?
89.
Why just 89?
Started nice.
Because
Oh, okay.
started 89. So by the time I could see it evolve, like I wanted to see how New Year's was 1999 going to 2000. I know that had to be jumped.
Because our parents graduated high school in 92.
Yes,
Yeah.
92.
And your mom went to Clark, right?
She
Your mom and
did
dad.
both of them. Yeah.
In the 90s. Or,
90s.
see,
I
I know
want-
that was live.
Was
House
it the
Party.
90s? Might have been like the
Start.
late 80s, early 90s.
Still
Like,
probably
something
lifting
like
us.
that.
The
Oh,
swag
there was no
there
phones
was no
like
phone.
that.
That's what I was just finna say.
You know, there's studies that show like the mental health of teenagers back then
Mhm.
was so much better than teenagers now.
Fucking
And
everybody
that makes so
want
much
clout.
sense. Makes so much sense.
Social media,
the
yeah.
way we progress, because we're social media and the internet in general, we're able to see so much. Like
Right.
we're in a world that's just excessive information,
Mhm.
but little wisdom.
And see, and I was talking to my homeboy. I was like, speaking of basketball, right? Me personally, I feel like there's a lot of good basketball players after y'all,
Like
the young ones, and they're grinding. Shout out to Paulo. You
Shout
know?
out Shane.
shout out Paulo,
Yeah.
shout out Shane.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
Putting us on. But here's my thing: we've been breeding hoopers.
Facts.
the whole time.
Like, what? Don't get me wrong, Jamal and Nate. Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
But
B-Roy.
like, yeah, come on.
Mhm.
But it's not just them when you think of Washington.
There's so much other
So
dudes.
much. Even after them, before them, like,
Yeah.
let's not get it twisted. And I think now, what would I say? The girls too.
I was finna say we got some
Players-
female. Jade is so cold.
I'm gonna have her on
Jade
here
is
because I'm
Jade
gonna tap
is
into her
cold.
mind.
Jade is cool. Jade is cool.
Jade,
Oh
first of
my
all, I would
God.
never.
Your whole YEA team,
Oh
y'all
yeah.
was
Can
nice.
you tell the people?
Y'all was
Because
nice.
people look. I quit basketball sophomore year of high school.
I was pissed
I'm
at
so
you when you
girly.
did that.
Why?
'Cause you was nice.
See, you got it on camera. Thank you very much. Because people don't give
We
me
was
my respect.
teammates at one point.
Yep, and Jaylen would not pass me the ball.
I never passed her the ball.
No, he would.
So that
never.
tell you a lot, right there.
No, but look, I didn't pass the ball just because she was a female at that time.
See,
When I was little, I
Little,
was
yeah,
I was
you're
just
like,
like, oh, I'm.
what? Yeah.
it's
what?
kind of
What are
like
you
loving
doing? Why am
basketball
I-
at the beginning. Like girls don't
Mhm.
play no basketball.
Mhm.
But then Coach Mike got on my ass and was like, nah, you about to start passing this
Shout out to
motherfucking
him.
ball.
Love him so
So I
much.
started passing the ball. She started strapping shit.
Mm-hmm.
See?
So
Yeah,
she
hung it
gave
up.
the
Because I was
trust.
like the only girl on the team for years. I think that's why
Yeah.
like I'm a nigga.
It was
now.
like you and Alex at
Yeah,
one
for
point.
sure.
And then she played 1 year. and
Alex
just
was
hit.
just there to be fun.
Yeah.
Me, I'm here.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
was at Rotary for a few years, and I went to YEA. And Jay, first of all, I people need to stop guarding her because you're gonna get mixed
Word.
She's so
every
tough.
time. She's a baller, but I'm glad you said that for the people because I'm so girly girl
100%.
now, and like track. People think of girlish, so they're like, oh, okay, Shai can run. I'm quick,
Mhm.
but like, don't get it twisted. I got handles.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I'm saying is that some of these players I've seen lately are they might be tapped into the grind, but sometimes they just want to be in a gym just to get a mixtape and drop it on Instagram. Am I right or
never
wrong?
see me record my
honestly,
my
and
workout.
Because
we used to talk about this in high school so much. Like, we would always be like, bro, no matter what,
Yeah.
we should never, like, if any of us start being on that vibe where we're posting
Yeah.
workouts in the gym,
Yeah.
we need to reel each other in.
Yeah.
Like, we always
You
used to
lose
talk
the
about that. Like,
focus.
bro, there's no
Because
reason
it
to be
shouldn't
doing that.
have to be, because I got to do this because I got to post. It should be like, and you know when it's not from the standpoint of like, let me post this to motivate other people. You know it's for the clout.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like, you
The
got
ball,
people.
the ball on the foot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. all
Top
that bullshit.
notch
Man,
videos.
I'm gonna be real. I've done that, and it was only because I was working out at Climate Pledge. You feel me? Like I showed. Yeah, it's a nice ass gym. The arena.
Key Arena. Don't do those.
Yeah, I know, but you feel me? I done been there hella time. I've been fucking with the Storm all year, so I've been there so much. But I did that, and it wasn't for I'm show you I'm on my grind. Nah, I just want to show y'all this nice ass gym, and I'm on the court. It's simple as that. But I don't let it get to a point where I've been there 100 times. I've done it once. I'm not over here every second of the day, and plus who I work out with, like he's in the league. You don't see me in my phone in his face, like, I'm in the gym with Jaylen Nowell.
Because here's my thing.
Nate was there.
Shout out to Paulo. St. Teresa Alumni. We've been knowing him since he was a baby.
Sure.
Not to say no names, but it was quite funny seeing certain people who ain't never been around Paulo, but as soon as that nigga got drafted,
there's
what did we say? Bro,
listen,
we was literally like, this is my bro.
There's groupie niggas in Seattle too.
When
I got drafted?
Yeah. And I know that annoyed you. Like, nigga, you would never hear from
it's probably worse for Paulo. I wasn't the number one pick.
Sure. Yeah.
He was number one pick. Sure. Like, I got a lot, and it was so overwhelmed because I'm just like, I always like staying to myself, but I always was that type of guy where I was always like hearing about somebody who knew me, but I didn't know their ass.
Like, Nick, I have not seen you since 2008. Stop.
There's times where I didn't even see the motherfucker ever. I know him.
It'd be funny because dudes was finding the most random pictures that Paulo was slightly in.
Yeah.
It could be his arm.
Background.
And they was like, Paulo been with me since shut your punk ass.
Like, bro, Nolan wasn't even out there. And I know Nolan's mad close to Paulo. I know Shane's mad close. They weren't even out there. I'm like, first of all, I know Paulo didn't buy you that plane ticket.
Paulo was the closest. Paulo was closest to Shane and Nolan.
Yes.
Paulo used to come over to the crib all the time. Them three annoying the hell out of me on some little bro shit, just annoying the hell out of me. Like,
come
on,
like
they all like real little bros. I was
so annoying. I literally called Landon the next day because I had to talk to him about some other things too, and I was just like, bro, I've never seen so much people around Paulo.
Yeah,
and I get it. Support your people for sure.
For sure.
But I feel like this year Paulo going number one. Yes, it's new to Washington, but the groupiness was OD. Yeah. I feel
I'd
like
rather
that's
see the females.
On,
I didn't see hardly
you feel
no
me?
females.
I said that. I was like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen too many females be like, oh yeah, I want to fuck with Paulo. It's been all niggas, and it's like, bro, I've been to enough runs.
We all talk. They say it in songs. Niggas be more groupie than females.
Listen,
and that's I'm not gonna like in my experience is it's kind of like that for sure.
Really?
It's really more like there's females, all that. Yeah, that just comes with it. But like niggas,
and that's
bro,
what I'm talking about. And it might not be. Clearly something's wrong with you. Me personally, just even as a female, I'm not about to jock a female, and I'm not about to jock a dude. I'm just not gonna do it. Like I'm gonna give you your props, but I'm not about to be on you. And I think with the whole Paulo thing, I hate to use that as an example again, but I feel like it's for the clout too for social media because you're like, I know him. Yeah, I know him. And it's just like
everybody wants to find a way to be a part.
Yeah, and it's just like, bro, like first of all, you're not cleansed within yourself because for you to try to prove your identity to other people just because you know somebody, check yourself.
And it's like what if he didn't? What if he didn't get to the league? What if
right, because half of the people would not be around if he didn't get number one. Even though he highly deserved it.
Niggas wouldn't have posted. And this is why I fuck with my brother so tough. Granted, he's my brother, but this is what happened. I went for something that I didn't get. This nigga still posted me. It's probably still on his Instagram page. Hella long. And was like, bro, keep your head up, yada, yada, yada. That's true support.
That's support.
If Paulo wouldn't have went number one, if Paulo would have never got drafted, there wouldn't have been niggas like, oh, we're back in the gym. Nigga, come back home. We're going to be back. Nah, niggas would have been.
But the thing, Paulo's a smart kid, so I know he knows.
And his mama, his mama has told him what's up. Like, I'm pretty sure he's, hopefully, I just want him to just make the right decisions and stay in his lane because he don't owe nobody nothing. If anything, he owes his parents. Other than that, he don't owe nobody nothing. Same with you and you. Like, y'all don't owe nobody nothing. You worry about your kid. You worry about your life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so now, I mean, being fresh in the 20s and going through the pandemic and in the league, it's just a lot. It's very much of a lot. And so I'm proud of you guys. If you guys haven't heard that already, I'm proud of you guys.
I appreciate that.
Because it's a lot. And then being a black man here, it's...
That's
I'm going to tell you right now.
That's a
battle
up a steep hill.
And I don't really want to talk politics on here because I'm not trying to get canceled, and I just started. But like, how do you guys feel about this Roe versus Wade thing? Because let's say, okay, for instance, Linda, you and Tasia. Let's say if it was in an instant right now, Tasia got pregnant, and let's say you guys didn't want to keep it. The government's telling her no.
Yeah, that's
like, how do you feel about that?
I feel like, and it's crazy because I want a daughter, but it's like, in this world, I'd rather have a son for sure than a daughter, because it's like it'd be stuff like that. Like, why are we not giving women the same respect and choices that I have? Like, at the end of the day, I'm gonna die alone. I came in this world alone. I'm gonna die alone. So why does my decision on what I do with my child affect you? Right. And I don't get it. And so that's why, like, something I always told myself, like, when I get where I want to be in life, I want to give back to women in some way, shape, or form.
Really?
Some way, shape, or form. Yeah, because watching Tasia go through her pregnancy made me. I already respected women
for sure.
My mom is the MVP. Like, she's my world. But that gave me a whole nother jump of like, damn,
because you guys carrying your seed,
whole ass humans in your tummy, bro. That's crazy, and you got to push them through a smaller.
Was she natural? Did she go natural?
So since Deuce was early and her
C-section.
blood pressure, so you had to do an emergency C-section. But it's still the fact that she went through that, the recovery, and then like 2 years later, you guys probably still have problems. Everybody's snatches back different, but like you still have problems, whether it's mentally or your appearance or whatever the case is. And so that's why I'm like, all right, we got to do more for women, because this pregnancy, giving birth, this, I cook and clean, that's not enough. That's not enough. There's more that needs, even for basketball players like Jay, or like I've been fucking with the Storm, like Jewel Lloyd, Breonna Stewart, Sue Bird. Like, I've seen what they do in practice, and that's only probably like 5-10% of their day. They still have to go home and still be women and still have other things they got to do. So it's like, why aren't they getting paid the same? Why aren't they getting the same respect?
Because I think the U.S. soccer team just was an equal match, like literally like 2 months ago.
But why did it take that long?
Right. And I don't.
They're kicking the same ball. The same. You feel me? Like, it's a different size. Woohoo! But like, I get it. They don't get the same fan base, but there's stuff that can be done for females that can make them feel more equal, more better about you guys yourself. Because it's like, y'all do so much, and so that's why I'm like, why take somebody's choice away? That's not me having it. What you eat don't make me shit. So why, you feel me? Like, my dad always tell that, who you fuck don't make me come. Like, nigga, if you gon' have abortion, have abortion. Like, don't bring something in this world. Like, yes, you did spread your legs. Yeah, you did lay down, yada, yada, yada. In some cases. But for the women out there who did consently have sex, if you're not ready for a child and you think, I need to abort my child, I feel like, give them that choice.
See, and I'm on that too. Like, personally, like, I don't really believe in abortions, only for certain reasons, like incest or rape, right? But my thing is, when it comes to some of these thotties out here, that part, I'd be like, okay, you really, like, because you know exactly what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? But in this instance where your girlfriend or whatever the case, or your boyfriend, whatever, and if something happens, you should have that choice.
Right.
And I'm like, if you guys really want to get into it, then hop on the men and tell them that they got to get a vasectomy then, because who's gonna have these kids? Like, because I feel like foster care is gonna be, the rate is gonna be skyrocket, because there's gonna be a lot of people who honestly financially can't take care of their child or not ready. And then you're gonna tell, like, I forgot what state, but a 10-year-old was raped and she got pregnant, and they're telling her she got to keep it. So now there's a GoFundMe out there where we're trying to get her sent to some of the blue states to get an abortion. But you got people like, I saw a TikTok, this guy was like, for all the women, I kind of work for the government, use cash when you buy your tampons, take off your menstrual cycle, we have the apps and stuff. And I'm like, bro, this is real militant. Like, I gotta sneak to go get my pads at Target. Like, this is just really ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, what do you think, Jaylen? Like, what?
So I just think that just let people have the decision.
Right.
I think it's just simple as that. I think where digressing. I think we're taking a step backwards.
Very.
Because, we went from letting everybody have a decision to now it's just like, well, if this happens,
right,
you got to be like this. Got to be like that. I think that's how we were living in the old, I think that's more old fashioned. I think we're moving to a world where, where whether it has to do with gay rights or, just any decisions that people make.
right.
I think that it's their decision. And like Olinda said, it's that simple. What you eat does not make me shit.
Right.
Why does it matter?
Why does your opinion matter? Right.
Exactly.
I mean, for God's sakes, they just passed a bill about lynching.
They just passed a bill about that?
Yeah, it's like unlawful. Like, you can't lynch somebody.
That should have been something that happened before we was even born.
That's what I'm saying. But it's just like pick and choose what you guys want to be on. And I don't get that. And it's kind of like those people that's in the Supreme Court is like, when I mean generations back, like what your decision is about to affect the next 100 years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And what's so crazy, just to kind of end this off a little bit, is like I was watching the sermon on Sunday, and this pastor really tapped into where a lot of adults, let's say our parents aging back, they really like to judge us off the decisions that we make. But in reality, for some, I'm not speaking for all millennials, I'm gonna still count myself as a millennial because I'm tired of people talking about we and Gen Z. But we're trying to break generational curses. So we're not going to stay at a job we've been at for 40 years and getting cussed out and disrespected. Y'all did that. You know what I'm saying? So why judge us of trying to create something new for our kids? Yeah. Right. Because they just be, oh, Shai, why you leave your job? I mean, I was at Apple for 2 years, but I'm like, yo, when COVID hit, they really was like money over health. Yeah. Not about to do it. You know what I'm saying? No matter the circumstances, I didn't even have a plan. I'm like, I'm out.
In the world nowadays, you can make so much more money without a job.
Right. Or just like entrepreneur. Why you want to do entrepreneurship? Yeah. You should have a corporate job and have guaranteed money. That's fine. Yeah. But if I'm not happy, why am I staying? Right. You know?
We only get this life shit once.
Right.
It's only once. So it's like, I feel like, to tag on to what both of you guys said, we can't sit here and celebrate gay pride, but then take away rights. Right. As to, like... Yeah. Abortion, like, you feel me? To me, that does not make sense. Like, don't tell us, all right,
it's a step backwards.
Yeah, come on, bro. We can't sit here and say that, oh yeah, you guys can go into wherever, get married, boom, you're having parades, yada yada yada. But females, you guys can't have like, come on, bro.
Because they was also talking about they're trying to tap into the Board of Education one. I said, so you telling me you want to segregate kids now? Again, that's not gonna work. First of all, but yeah, it's crazy around here. But, just to end it off, what is something that you would like to leave on the table before we head out? One gem.
Man, I would say, and I feel like, unfortunately, people didn't appreciate Nip while he was here. Yeah. But if I could take anything I page from his book, is life is a marathon. Right. Keep going. No matter what, no matter who say what, it don't matter about the social media, the likes, the follows, the bling bling, the whatever. Make sure that your health is right. Make sure you always got some Skrilla in your pocket. Any type of money, like, do what you got to do. Work for yourself, but just don't give up. Every day is not going to be $1 million day. So if I got it tatted right here, it says push. That means push until something happens.
Game.
So I'll leave it with that.
Okay.
Man, I would say, this is kind of cliche, but I'll get into a lot more, but I would say be yourself. And when I say that, I mean, I think we have a lot of, I think a lot of people have there's a lot of sheep mentality. Everybody's following what the next person's going to do and this and that. And I'll just say, just be a lion. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Be a lion. Like, do what makes you happy. And if people don't respect it or they don't like it,
fuck 'em.
That doesn't affect you. Fuck 'em. That doesn't affect you. Fuck them.
Yeah.
It's not gonna kill you. You're still gonna wake up being who you are.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Just do you. Like, I'm personally tired of seeing the sheep mentality. Like it's really
tiring.
It's really getting on my nerves.
Yeah,
and that has to go.
Facts.
That has to go.
Okay, yeah. I mean, kind of contributing both. I was just thinking about it, and I would say, you know, make sure when we give empathy to other people, make sure you have enough for yourself. And I've learned that, especially now in my healing process. I got to make sure I'm good. So make sure you're good, you know, because if you're not good, you can't help your brother, your sister. You can't. It's just, that's just no way possible. If you're not right within yourself, you have no business giving anybody your advice or your sanctuary or anything like that.
Health is wealth.
Health is wealth.
I need my bag, so take care of yourself.
Like that's what I'll leave with. But I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. You stay safe in Vegas.
For sure.
You know.
I think he might come too. I don't know.
You might have to slide.
He bullshitting.
See, even with him, sometimes we be like, I might have to stay back. You know,
right.
It's like,
it's
you know,
like the club seems cool for that first hour, but it's like,
no, but it's his birthday though, so we got
my birthday.
Yeah, you turning 23 Jordan year.
Yeah,
23.
Man, so we got to tear it up.
Well, I thank you guys for stopping in. We're gonna be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, any source of podcast streams. We're going to be on there at the Shai Talk, and I appreciate you guys tapping in. And this is just going to be a great season. I have a lot of other guests too that people will be surprised about, like Shai knows, or Shai. Oh, okay, cool.
And we wish you the best for that. This is going to be
thank
big.
you.
Jay said it before, like this is going to be big.
Yes, and like I said, my purpose is this is my assignment from God. I really do think so. You know, and if it wasn't for the push of my therapist, I would not be here. So, you know,
thank you, therapist.
Yes, Black therapist on top of that. But okay.